Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends and fellow dreamer, today I want to remind you of something simple but incredibly important. Your journey is yours. From the moment we are born, the world begins to write expectations on our hearts. Our families, society, and even strangers give us directions, trying to tell us who we should be, how we should live, and what success looks like. But the truth is, your journey is uniquely yours, and no one can walk it for you. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. It's easy to look at others and think, I should be where they are by now. Or why does it feel like everyone else has it figured out? But here's the truth. No one has it all figured out. Everyone is walking their own path, facing their own battles, and fighting their own demons. Your journey isn't about reaching someone else's destination. It's about finding your own rhythm, your own pace. And sometimes that pace is slow. Sometimes you might stumble, fall, or get lost. But every step you take, whether forward or backward, is a part of your story. Do you know what's incredible about this? You get to define what success looks like. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. For one person, it might mean achieving career milestones. For another, it might mean finding inner peace or creating a home filled with love. Your journey isn't measured by the world's standards. It's measured by your own. Now, I know that it's not always easy to embrace this. It's not always easy to walk a path that doesn't make sense to everyone around you. But remember, just because the world doesn't always understand your journey doesn't mean it's not valid. Sometimes the roads less traveled are the ones that lead to the greatest discoveries, not just of the world, but of yourself. So when the world tells you to follow a map that doesn't feel right, when they push you to fit into a mold that doesn't match your heart, take a moment, pause, and remember, your journey is yours. You have the power to choose your destination. You have the power to change course when things don't feel right, and you have the power to rise again and again, even when it feels like you've reached your lowest point. There will be days when you feel like giving up, when you question if it's worth it. But trust me, it is. Because every step you take, every obstacle you overcome, every tear you shed shapes you into who you're meant to be. And in the end, that is the greatest reward. So I ask you, what does your journey look like? What will you do with the time you've been given? I hope that you choose to honor it. I hope that you choose to walk it with courage, with love, and with hope, knowing that no one else can walk it for you. Your journey is yours, and it's beautiful just the way it is. Your journey is unique and personal. This statement might seem simple on the surface, but its depth is immeasurable. We often hear phrases like, we're all on our own journey, but do we truly internalize what it means for something to be ours in the most individual sense? We're constantly told to look around us, to learn from others, to be inspired by their paths, but somewhere along the way, we forget to turn inward and reflect on what our own personal journey looks like. From the moment we're born, we start a journey that no one else can walk for us. It's a journey filled with both joy and hardship, triumphs and failures, challenges and ease. Yet the beauty of this journey lies in its unpredictability and its authenticity. No two paths are the same, and no one can ever experience life in the exact same way. Even if two people were born in the same town, lived through similar circumstances, and followed similar paths, their experiences, perceptions, and reactions to those experiences would still be different. But the uniqueness of your journey is not just about the experiences that unfold before you. It's about how you perceive and process those experiences. It's about the choices you make when faced with challenges, the decisions you take when you find yourself at a crossroads, and the values you hold close as you make your way forward. The very essence of your journey is shaped by your inner world, your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and emotions. No one can see life through your eyes. No one can experience the depth of your thoughts, the warmth of your memories, or the weight of your pain in the way that you do. That is what makes your journey uniquely yours. Every person comes into this world with their own set of circumstances, family dynamics, socio-economic backgrounds, cultural influences, and more. These external factors may shape the early years of your life, but how you choose to navigate through them is entirely up to you. No matter what happens to you, no matter the circumstances you face, no one else can dictate how you react or what you decide to make of them. Your journey is not a roadmap that someone else has set for you. It's a path you carve with each choice you make, each lesson you learn, and each risk you take. Think about the relationships that form part of your journey. You meet people along the way, some for a brief moment, others for a lifetime. You walk with them for a while, sometimes learning from them, sometimes teaching them, sometimes finding common ground, and at other times experiencing growth through conflict. But even within these relationships, it's essential to understand that while others may walk alongside you for a time, their journey is theirs just as yours is yours. They can never walk the path of your life and you can never walk theirs. What you share with others is an exchange, a moment in time, but your internal journey remains personal. It's a journey that's defined by your own thoughts, feelings, and decisions. It's important to recognize the inherent value in the uniqueness of your journey. The world often pushes us to conform, to follow trends, to mimic the successes of those who have come before us, to meet societal expectations. But this is where we need to shift our perspective. Your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's. It's meant to be an expression of who you are, who you've been, and who you will become. The moment you begin to compare your path to someone else's, you risk losing sight of what truly matters, the authenticity of your own journey. The experiences you have are uniquely yours, but it's the way you process them that truly defines your journey. There will be moments of joy that take you to new heights, and there will be moments of struggle that challenge your every step. But how you respond to those moments, how you allow them to shape you, is what creates the essence of your path. There is no one else who can experience life in your exact way, and that's something to be celebrated, not feared. You may look at someone else's success and think that your own journey is less significant because it doesn't look the same. You may look at someone's ease and wonder why you can't seem to find the same flow, but the truth is their journey is different. Their path does not have the same lessons, the same struggles, or the same rewards as yours. And that is okay. In fact, it's more than okay, it's essential. If we all had the same journey, if we all faced the same challenges, if we all found success in the same way, then life would be devoid of the very richness that makes it beautiful. The beauty of life lies in its diversity, in the fact that every person has a different story to tell, a different lesson to impart, and a different journey to walk. Your journey is not about finding a destination that others have already reached. It's not about following in someone else's footsteps or achieving what someone else has achieved. Your journey is about discovering who you are, what you're capable of, and what makes your heart come alive. It's about embracing the ups and downs, the unexpected turns, and the moments of stillness that give you the time to reflect. It's about looking inward and realizing that the path you walk is a reflection of your own desires, dreams, and purpose. In the same way that you can't walk someone else's journey, no one can walk yours. There are people who may try to influence your choices, well-meaning family members, friends, mentors, and even society at large. They may offer advice, guidance, or suggestions on how you should live your life. But in the end, you are the one who has to live with the choices you make. You are the one who has to bear the weight of the decisions you make, the actions you take, and the path you choose to follow. So trust yourself. Trust the process of your own life. Believe in the value of your experiences, even when they don't seem to align with the experiences of others. It's important to acknowledge that There may be times when you feel lost or uncertain about the direction you're heading in. There will be times when you question whether you're on the right path or wonder if you're moving fast enough. But these moments of doubt are part of your journey. They don't define it, they simply reflect the natural ebb and flow of life. No one ever has everything figured out, and no one's journey is without its moments of confusion or uncertainty. What matters is that you keep going, that you continue to trust in the unfolding of your path, and that you remain open to the lessons that come with each new step. In moments of hardship, it can be easy to believe that your journey is less significant, less valuable than the journeys of others. But remember, the obstacles you face are a part of your unique path. They don't diminish you. They shape you, refine you, and push you to grow in ways that you might never have expected. They teach you resilience, perseverance, and strength. And when you look back, you realize that those difficult moments were the very ones that helped you discover who you truly are. This is why it's so essential to trust your journey, even when it doesn't make sense to anyone else, even when you feel as though you're not where you should be, or when the world's timeline doesn't seem to match yours. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Trust that the path you're on is leading you to exactly where you are meant to go. The world may try to convince you that there's a singular path to follow, that there's a right way to live, but that's not true. Your journey is yours alone to define. It's yours to walk at your own pace, to navigate through your own lens, and to embrace in all of its beautiful, messy, unpredictable glory. What matters is that you honor it. You honor the experiences, the growth, the lessons, and the moments that make your journey uniquely yours. Don't compare your path to anyone else's. This simple yet powerful piece of advice can change the way we approach life. In an age where we are constantly exposed to the lives of others through social media, conversations, and even traditional media, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of comparison. We look at other people's successes, their relationships, their careers, their lifestyles, and we begin to measure our own worth against theirs. But when we compare ourselves to others, we rob ourselves of the chance to fully appreciate our unique journey. No one else is walking the exact same path you are, and that's what makes your journey special. The comparison game is particularly dangerous because it can lead to self-doubt, frustration, and feelings of inadequacy. You might look at someone's achievements and feel as though you are falling behind or not measuring up. But what you don't see are the challenges, the failures, and the moments of hardship that they faced on their own path. Social media, in particular, can create an illusion of perfection. It's easy to assume that everyone else has it figured out, but the truth is, everyone is fighting their own battles, and no one's life is as perfect as it may seem from the outside. What's more, each person's path is different, and what works for one individual may not work for you. The timing of their achievements, the direction their lives have taken, and the circumstances they've experienced don't match your own, and that's okay. When we compare ourselves to others, we're essentially trying to fit ourselves into someone else's mold. We might start to believe that we need to have the same career, the same relationships, the same lifestyle, or the same accomplishments in order to be successful or happy. But this is a narrow and limiting view of life. The truth is, your journey is uniquely yours. And the only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Your growth, your experiences, and your achievements are yours alone, and they can't be measured against someone else's. Comparing yourself to others only distracts you from the richness of your own path. Think about the concept of timing. The success or accomplishments of others don't reflect the timing of your own life. Everyone has their own rhythm, and it's important to trust the timing of your journey. It's easy to look at someone else and think, I should be where they are by now, or why am I not as successful as they are? But comparing your progress to someone else's is like trying to race in a marathon when you're running a different distance. You don't know their backstory, their challenges, or their path. Perhaps they've had advantages you haven't had, or maybe they've taken a different route altogether. Their success does not diminish your own potential. It simply means they are on a different path, and you are on yours. One of the most valuable things you can do is learn to embrace your own journey without looking over your shoulder at where others are in theirs. The pressure to keep up with others can make us forget what truly matters, our own growth, our own dreams, and our own happiness. It's important to remember that life is not a race and success is not a competition. Just because someone else has reached a milestone before you doesn't mean you are falling behind. It simply means you are taking your own time to get there, and that's perfectly fine. The best things often take time, and the more you rush, the less you allow yourself to enjoy the process. At the same time, comparison can often steal the joy of your achievements. When we constantly compare ourselves to others, we often fail to celebrate our own wins. Instead of reveling in the progress we've made, we're too busy wondering why we haven't reached the same level as someone else. This mindset keeps us focused on what we lack rather than what we have accomplished. But every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Your growth is valid even if it doesn't look like someone else's growth. Every success, every lesson, and every breakthrough is part of your personal journey. Don't diminish that by comparing it to someone else's story. Furthermore, comparison can prevent us from recognizing the value of our unique path. Everyone has different strengths, weaknesses, and experiences that shape their journey. What makes your story yours is not just the destination you are headed toward, but how you navigate the ups and downs along the way. It's about your resilience in the face of adversity, your creativity and problem solving, and the lessons you learn through trial and error. It's about the relationships you build, the moments of clarity, and the milestones you reach, even if they seem small compared to others. Your path is a reflection of who you are, and it's meant to be experienced at your own pace. When you stop comparing yourself to others, you start to focus on what truly matters, your personal growth. You learn to appreciate the unique challenges that have shaped your life and the lessons they have brought you. You begin to recognize that the only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. This shift in perspective allows you to embrace your own journey without guilt or shame, knowing that your progress is meaningful in its own right. One of the most freeing things you can do is learn to root yourself in your own truth. Acknowledge where you are in your journey and embrace it without judgment. Understand that your experiences are valid, your progress is valuable, and your dreams are worth pursuing, no matter how long it takes to achieve them. You don't need to rush, and you certainly don't need to follow anyone else's timeline. What matters is that you stay true to yourself, follow the path that feels authentic to you, and trust that you are exactly where you need to be at this moment in time. Instead of looking to others for validation, look inward. Trust that your path, with all of its twists and turns, is exactly what you need. Let go of the pressure to measure up to someone else's achievements. Embrace your journey for what it is, uniquely yours. Every step, even setbacks, shapes who you are becoming. Life is full of challenges and obstacles that we often see as setbacks or failures. But in reality, these are just parts of the journey that shape us in profound ways. When we face difficulties, it's easy to become disheartened and focus on the negative aspects of the situation. We may feel as though we are losing ground or that we are not moving forward. However, setbacks are not the end of the road. They are an essential part of growth and progress. The journey of life is rarely a straight path. It's filled with twists, turns, unexpected detours, and roadblocks. These moments of difficulty often make us question whether we are on the right track. When we encounter setbacks, it's easy to feel discouraged or defeated. We might even wonder why we're not progressing as quickly as we thought we would, or why things seem harder than they should be. However, every setback, no matter how small or large, offers a unique opportunity to learn and evolve. One of the most significant ways setbacks shape us is by teaching us resilience. When things don't go as planned, we are forced to adapt. We learn how to handle disappointment, how to bounce back from failure, and how to pick ourselves up when life knocks us down. Resilience is not about avoiding setbacks, but about developing the strength to keep going despite them. Every time we face a challenge and keep moving forward, we build the inner strength to handle future obstacles. This resilience becomes a part of who we are, shaping our character and making us more capable of facing whatever life throws our way. Setbacks give us the chance to reassess our goals and priorities. Sometimes, when we're so focused on reaching a specific destination, we forget to stop and evaluate whether that destination is still aligned with our values or desires. When we encounter a setback, it forces us to pause and reconsider our path. It's an opportunity to reflect on whether we are moving in the direction that truly fulfills us or if we need to adjust our course. Setbacks create space for growth, both in terms of our personal development and the clarity we gain about what truly matters to us. It's often through these moments of pause that we gain the insight necessary to make more informed and intentional decisions about our future. Setbacks also challenge us to develop new skills and approaches. When things don't go as expected, we have no choice but to think outside the box. We may need to learn something new, approach a problem from a different angle, or ask for help from others. These moments teach us the value of flexibility and creativity. Sometimes the best solutions to our problems come from thinking in ways we never considered before. When we embrace setbacks as opportunities to grow, we allow ourselves to expand beyond our comfort zones and develop the skills that will serve us in the future. Setbacks provide us with the chance to build empathy and compassion. When we experience difficulties, we gain a deeper understanding of what others may be going through. We become more sensitive to the struggles of those around us because we can relate to their pain and frustration. This shared understanding fosters connection and strengthens our relationships. Setbacks remind us that everyone is fighting their own battles, and they encourage us to be kinder, more patient, and more compassionate toward others. In many ways, the challenges we face serve as a reminder that we are all human and that none of us are immune to struggle. By embracing these moments with empathy, we not only grow as individuals, but also contribute to building stronger, more supportive communities. Building empathy. Setbacks teach us the value of patience. In a world that often prioritizes instant gratification, setbacks can be frustrating because they disrupt our sense of control and timing. However, they also remind us that good things take time. Progress is rarely immediate, and sometimes the greatest rewards come after periods of struggle and perseverance. When we are forced to slow down, we learn to appreciate the journey itself. Be present. Patience helps us cultivate a deeper sense of trust in the process of life. It allows us to develop the understanding that even though things may not be going according to plan, there is still value in the journey and there is still potential for growth along the way. Setbacks also have the power to deepen our sense of purpose. When we encounter challenges, we are reminded of why we started in the first place. The obstacles we face often clarify our reasons for pursuing a particular goal or dream. They reinforce our commitment and determination, giving us the motivation to keep going. Setbacks can reignite our passion and remind us of the bigger picture. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going well, but setbacks can also serve as a reminder of the strength of our vision. They test our dedication to our goals, and when we push through them, we come out on the other side with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Setbacks provide us with the opportunity to practice gratitude. When we're going through difficult times, it's easy to focus on what's not going well. However, setbacks often reveal the things we may have taken for granted. They give us the chance to reflect on the positives in our lives, the things that are still going right, and the progress we've already made. Practicing gratitude, even in difficult times, helps us maintain a sense of perspective. It allows us to see the bigger picture and appreciate the journey rather than solely focusing on the obstacles in our way. Every step, even setbacks, shapes who you are becoming. It's easy to focus on the immediate frustration or disappointment that comes with facing difficulties. But it's important to remember that these experiences are an integral part of the process. Setbacks are not signs of failure. They are stepping stones on the path to becoming a stronger, wiser, and more resilient person. Each challenge you face adds to the richness of your journey, teaching you valuable lessons and helping you become the person you are meant to be. So the next time you face a setback, don't see it as a roadblock. Instead, recognize it for what it is, a powerful opportunity for growth. Success is defined by your own standards, not others. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded by external pressures to conform to certain ideals of success. From social media to the stories we hear from family, friends, and colleagues, we are often given a template for what success should look like, whether it's achieving career milestones, acquiring material wealth, or attaining a specific social status. There's an almost universal notion of what it means to make it in life. But the truth is, success is a deeply personal concept, and it cannot and should not be defined by anyone other than yourself. From an early age, we are taught to measure our worth by external accomplishments. We are conditioned to believe that the ultimate marker of success is visible to everyone: promotions, degrees, awards, and possessions. The more you have, the more you've done, the more you are perceived to have succeeded. But this external measure of success is often fleeting and doesn't capture the full scope of what it means to lead a fulfilling life. It doesn't account for the quiet moments of growth, the inner peace we cultivate, or the positive impact we have on the people around us. When you allow others to define success for you, you risk sacrificing your true desires, passions, and values in pursuit of something that may not even bring you happiness. You may find yourself working tirelessly toward goals that were never yours to begin with, constantly comparing your progress to others and feeling inadequate because your journey doesn't look like theirs. But the problem with this is that everyone's journey is different. No two people have the same circumstances, the same skills, the same dreams, or the same life path. Trying to measure your success based on someone else's journey is not only unproductive, but it also creates unnecessary pressure and stress that can take a toll on your mental and emotional well-being. Success is more than just an outward achievement. It is the feeling of fulfillment that comes from living in alignment with your values, pursuing your passions, and honoring your personal growth. It's about finding joy in the process, not just the outcome. It's about looking back on your journey and knowing that you made choices that were true to yourself, even if those choices didn't always fit the traditional definition of success. We must begin to redefine success on our own terms, taking into account the things that bring us peace, the relationships that nourish us, and the purpose that drives us. For some, success might look like climbing the corporate ladder, receiving accolades, and gaining financial independence. For others, it might look like raising a family, creating a peaceful home, or dedicating time to service and community work. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to success, and it's time that we embraced this diversity in how success can manifest in our lives. What matters is not how others measure success, but how we define it for ourselves. When we stop looking outward for validation and start looking inward, we begin to understand that success is not about achieving a certain standard, but about the feeling of satisfaction and contentment that comes from knowing we are living in alignment with our own values. The pressure to conform to societal standards of success can be overwhelming, especially when we see the accomplishments of others on social media or hear about their achievements in conversation. It's easy to get caught up in the comparison game and feel as though we are falling behind or not measuring up. But we must remind ourselves that success is not a race. It's a personal journey and we are each on our own timeline. Just because someone else is ahead in their career or has attained what society deems as success doesn't mean that we are any less successful in our own right. Your journey is unique, and your definition of success is valid. This is not to say that success doesn't involve effort, hard work, or commitment. Of course, achieving any form of success requires dedication, persistence, and a willingness to overcome challenges. But what makes it meaningful is when that effort is rooted in something that resonates with you personally. When your success is defined by your own standards, it becomes something that you are genuinely proud of, not just something that you've achieved to meet others' expectations. Success is not static. It evolves as we grow and change. What we may have considered success at one point in our lives may no longer hold the same value as we mature and learn more about ourselves. Our goals, aspirations, and desires shift, and that's okay. Success is not about sticking to a rigid set of goals that were created at one moment in time. It's about continually evolving and adapting to what feels right for you as you move through life. The beauty of success is in its fluidity, in the way it can change shape and form over time, according to the person we are becoming. When you define success for yourself, you also allow space for failure. Failure is often seen as the opposite of success, but in reality, failure is an integral part of the journey toward achieving success. If you never fail, you never learn. If you never face challenges, you never grow. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about how you respond to it. Embracing failure as part of your personal journey allows you to redefine what success means and gives you the courage to keep going, even when things don't go as planned. The ability to fail, learn, and keep moving forward is in itself a sign of success. It's also important to remember that success is not just about personal gain. It's also about how we contribute to the lives of others. One of the most fulfilling aspects of success is the ability to give back, to use the lessons we've learned and the opportunities we've had to help those around us. Whether it's through mentorship, volunteer work, or simply being a supportive friend or family member, success takes on a deeper meaning when we recognize the impact we can have on others. By measuring success not just in terms of what we achieve, but in terms of how we contribute to the greater good, we broaden our understanding of what it truly means to be successful. The key is to let go of the idea that success is a destination that must look a certain way. It's not about reaching a particular place in life or hitting specific markers that someone else has set. It's about the journey itself, the lessons you learn, the person you become, and the peace you find in knowing that you are living life in a way that feels authentic to you. Define success on your own terms and know that your journey is meaningful no matter where you are on it. Embrace the challenges. They are part of your growth. Life is filled with obstacles and difficulties, and while it's natural to want to avoid them, it's important to recognize that challenges are not something to fear. In fact, they are some of the most important experiences you'll encounter on your journey. They shape you, test your limits, and ultimately help you grow into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Challenges, while uncomfortable and often unwelcome, are the building blocks of personal development. They push you to stretch beyond your current capabilities, and without them, growth would be stagnant. The road to success, whatever that may look like for you, is rarely smooth. We all face setbacks, doubts, and moments when everything feels uncertain. These moments are inevitable, but they also present a valuable opportunity. Rather than seeing challenges as something that is standing in the way of your progress, try to view them as the very thing that will propel you forward. When you encounter a problem, it forces you to adapt, rethink your approach, and build new skills. Overcoming challenges teaches you things you would never have learned in times of ease. The discomfort that comes with a challenge is often what sparks the most important lessons. Take a moment to think about the last time you faced a difficult situation, whether it was in your personal life, your career, or something else, think about how you responded to it. Did you give up, or did you push through and find a solution, perhaps surprising yourself with your own resilience? In many cases, we discover strengths we didn't even know we had when we are forced to face challenges head on. It's easy to overlook this when everything is going well, but the reality is that growth is often birthed from adversity. The tough times you experience are often what enable you to appreciate the good ones when they come. Another important aspect of embracing challenges is that they allow you to develop a mindset that doesn't shy away from difficulties. Life is unpredictable and things won't always go as planned. But when you approach challenges with an open mind and a willingness to learn, they lose some of their power to overwhelm you. Instead of viewing obstacles as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones. Each one brings you closer to where you're meant to be, even if it doesn't feel that way at the time. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about facing it with courage and determination, knowing that you have the capacity to overcome it. Embracing challenges also means being patient with yourself. It's easy to become frustrated when things don't go the way you envisioned or when progress feels slow. However, growth takes time, and it's important to honor the process. When you face a challenge, especially a difficult or unexpected one, it can feel like everything is happening all at once. It's overwhelming and it's easy to become discouraged. But remember, even the most significant transformations happen gradually. Growth is not always linear. It's messy, it's unpredictable, and it can be painful at times. But if you stay committed to navigating through your challenges, you will come out on the other side with a deeper sense of understanding, confidence, and clarity. It's also important to recognize that not every challenge will be solved immediately. Some problems take time to resolve, and that's okay. Learning to be patient with your progress, to give yourself the grace to fail and try again, is an integral part of embracing challenges. When you allow yourself the space to struggle and grow, you foster an environment in which learning and improvement can flourish. This mindset shift from seeing challenges as obstacles to seeing them as opportunities for growth can drastically change how you experience life's difficulties. Often we think of challenges as being purely external, something that happens to us. But many of our most difficult challenges come from within. The internal struggles, doubts, fears, insecurities can sometimes be the most paralyzing. Confronting these internal challenges takes immense courage, as it often requires us to confront parts of ourselves that we may have been avoiding. Yet, it is through facing these internal battles that we find true growth. When we learn to confront our fears, doubts, and limitations, we develop the mental and emotional resilience needed to handle anything life throws our way. It's not about erasing these challenges, but learning to navigate through them with strength and self-compassion. The beauty of embracing challenges is that they are often what lead to our greatest breakthroughs. Think about the moments in your life where you have grown the most, where you've experienced transformation or gained a new perspective. In many cases, these moments were born from difficulty. Whether it was overcoming a personal struggle, learning from failure, or navigating through a period of uncertainty, these experiences shape who you are and what you can become. When you embrace challenges, you're allowing yourself to unlock your full potential. Every time you push through a tough situation, you grow stronger and more capable. As you continue on your journey, it's essential to remember that challenges are not just a test of your abilities. They are an invitation. They invite you to grow, to expand, to become more than you thought possible. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. Yes, it may be uncomfortable. Yes, it may be hard, but ultimately, these experiences are what shape you and prepare you for the next step on your journey.